Hi guys, Valentin here. We're in London today. I have a little audience here, and in today's video I want to talk with you about two main things. First of all, how we fuck up our lives by taking things for granted, and second one, it's a quick hack that will allow you to become at least twice more happy in your day-to-day life that will require you no money, no additional change in your lifestyle whatsoever. Just a little mindset trick that we'll see today. I'm still sick, but this past 2 weeks while I've been sick has been extremely instructive from one point of view, which is how bad we are humans at putting accent and putting pressure and putting value on things that we already have, which is daily things like health, like your ability to walk, like your ability to do things, like your excitement that you might have, the people that you might have in your life, or any other resource that you have today. And we talked about this in previous videos where we're chasing more and more and more. And I give you this example of like, what do you have today? Material possession. Maybe it's a person, a girlfriend. Maybe it's a situation in your life. But what do you have today that 5-10 years ago was the fucking dream? We all have these types of goals that in the long term we achieve them, but you're still feeling bad. Like you're still feeling that void, or you still feel the need to chase something more. If what 5-10 years ago was the biggest dream, if you achieved it, why do you chase more? What's the point in achieving something more? And what makes you think that 5 or 10 years from now you're gonna feel different? So the key point here is like, we take things for granted. And this is not something new for you, but if you get sick, you're usually gonna feel that. If you lose a partner that you love or somebody in your life that you love, you're gonna feel that. If you lose maybe your house or the place where you live that you're like, you're gonna feel that. You're gonna feel that void. And the biggest point here that I wanna make today is making a list of things that you have today that you didn't have before, that you really put value on, that are really important for you. And reading that list at least once a day, so you can remember the things that are really valuable to you, so that you have that bucket of things that you can be grateful for. Right, and now here's the hack. Now the biggest hack that can completely change the level of excitement and the level of happiness that you have in your day-to-day life. Think of a moment in the past where you really loved that moment. A moment where you really felt the happiness, the positive emotions, a moment that you didn't want to finish, that you wanted to hold on to that for long as possible. And take a couple seconds to think about it. The first thing that pops in your mind is the right moment. Don't think too much. Now I want you to remember, how did you felt the days after? How did you felt after the moment ended? Were you happy? Were you sad? Were you excited? Were you depressed? How did you felt? And chances are you felt very bad because you had expectations and you wanted that particular moment to continue and to go on onto the other days, into your future. But the thing is that right there, you're attaching yourself to a past, which makes you compare your future to that past, and which makes you have expectations. And by the way, every time you have expectations, you're at risk to be disappointed. And when you attach yourself and you hold on to a good moment of your past, you're no longer into the present, and you can no longer experience anything new into the present because you still want that to be true. But the reality is that that's not true. The reality is that that moment has already passed, but you're still living, hoping that that will be the present. And you're still living in the past, and you're missing everything that happens here. And you're being sad or you're being depressed because you compare your current reality with an old reality that is no longer available. And this is a big key that we do a lot. This is why people get nostalgic. This is why people think about the past and think like, oh, it was better then, because they compare their present with their past, but they're being closed and they don't allow themselves to leave what's happening in the present and to actually enjoy the new experience right here. And this was personally what I experienced in the past couple of days where, well, let's say for example, Valentine's Day was just like amazing, a freaking amazing day. It was completely beautiful. And I still remember the moment where I was into the pool at a nice hotel and I was thinking, shit, I don't want this moment to end. And in that moment I thought, wait, stop. Because if I hold on to this moment, tomorrow I'm gonna feel a shit. Because I don't want this to end, but it has to end. Because that's life. So in that moment, I just let go of it. And guess what? Next day was amazing. And now today, still amazing. Because I don't try to hold on to that moment and compare what's happening now with what happened there. And I'm gonna have an open minded about, okay, let's see what this day will bring up. And that's when you start to get creative. And that's when you start to have new ideas about what you could do. How could you spice your day? How could you make it more exciting? And this is the secret to having a more exciting day and more happy life. And guess what? You don't have to pay anything or change anything into your lifestyle. It's just a question of stop holding onto these good moments that you have. Because otherwise, your whole life will be composed of some glimpses of happiness and years of misery. So here's what I want you to do. Right after this video, I want you to close this video, close YouTube, close TikTok, close whatever fucking platform you're on. And I want you to take 30 seconds, no longer, and just tell yourself and just try to clear up your mind and have an open mind for the rest of your day. And just think, okay, I'm just open to see what the life would bring to me. What this world, this life, this experience will bring to me and what I'm gonna have. Because we as humans were grown up in scarcity. And we're grown up being conservative. What I mean by that is we're more motivated by avoiding danger and fear than actually pursuing pleasure and happiness. So we're pre-wired to try to avoid any type of danger. This is the reason why we stay in this little bubble in this comfort zone, why we don't try really new things, because we'd rather stay not really happy but where we are than actually trying to pursue more happiness or more success and going through the danger of some bullshit that might happen. But the truth is that usually life is not as hard and as dangerous as we think. So what I want you to do here is try to get out of that scarcity and that fearful mindset and try to get into this open discovery adventure mindset and see what life might bring to you. And I don't want you to go and try to do some crazy shit on purpose and get out of your comfort zone on purpose. I'm not trying here to invite you to do some really challenging shit. I just want you to have an open mind about what life can bring to you. And next morning, when you wake up, on your alarm, put a little note. And that note should say, be open to this day. And see what life can bring to you. And if you start to live your life day by day like this, and you stop hanging to the glimpses of happiness from the past, and you start being afraid of what bullshit might happen into the future, you're gonna see that you're gonna be much more into the present, much more open, and much more excited. And you're gonna start to see new doors, new opportunities, new experiences that are gonna add more spice and more beauty to your life. Now, with that being said, this is Valentin from London. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.